Good evening and welcome to our May edition of Hempfield Happenings. I'm Emily Moser.
And I'm Sarah Moser. This month we will be featuring some exciting stories, including a freshman at Hempfield who was on her way to taking her dancing talents to the professional stage.
And the U.S. women's field hockey team and their preparations for the Olympics.
And Hempfield's indoor percussion group who traveled to an international championship.
So grab some popcorn and stay tuned.
Because this is Hempfield Happenings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take drop turns.
With the musical, dance theater, and other various concerts held throughout the school year, it makes sense why Hempfield prides itself on our strong musical program. Chris Lynch tuned in and noted the benefits of getting involved with this program at a young age.
Many people think of a music class as being an easy A. However, what they don't realize is that a strict curriculum is a key note in making the music happen.
We have a curriculum that we follow. Most of the curriculum is based on skills that the students learn and can demonstrate and use when we play our music in our concerts. There is some knowledge, there is vocabulary, there is interpretation of the music.
So there are basically 3 parts to the curriculum. There's performing, interpreting, which is when they learn how to interpret what's on the page. We also refine those skills. We take those skills that they're learning and we incorporate them into pieces of music. And then the third component is responding. After every public performance, we listen as a group to the recording of it and we do a critique.
They essentially have homework, which is to practice their band music, to practice scales. Working on scales for band students is like working on vocab for English students. It's what music is made up of.
We learn a lot about key signatures and tempos.
Dynamics, new notes, sharps and flats, and a bunch of different lyrics.
I learned how to not yell when I sing, to keep it balanced between other people, and I learned how to put feeling into it instead of just singing the notes. Learn how to get louder and quieter even if the music doesn't say to.
We work on rhythm exercises to help secure our counting so that when we play our music we can be more accurate with the pulse and rhythm.
It's not like we teach a unit on rhythm and then we test them and then we forget about that and move on. It's continuously reinforcing the same things. We teach them to practice, which I think is an awesome skill. Even if they never pick up their instrument after middle school, they're learning that repetitive practice helps you succeed in whatever they do.
I wanted to join orchestra because a lot of people in my family went through Hempfield and they were in orchestra, and I just really liked playing the violin.
Because it's really fun interacting with people and reading the music and learning new songs.
Well, when I was younger, I used to always sing with my mom, and I always loved her voice. So I wanted to be able to sing really well, so one day I could sing for her.
I think it really brings people together through music, and because a lot of people can relate to personal preferences.
I do think that this skill that we're teaching them is something that is going to carry through into other areas of their lives. Even for the kids who are not continuing on in music, I do think it helps them to grow and to learn how to learn. And I think it's super important that we offer opportunities for them to try things like band, orchestra, and chorus, decide if they if they want to go more in depth when they get to high school. I mean, the only way they're going to know whether they have a passion for something is if they're given the opportunity to experience it, and middle school is the perfect time to do that.
The music program at Hempfield helps students find their passions while teaching them life lessons. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Christopher Lynch.
One clap for yourselves. Ready? Go. Okay, you make.
There certainly are many gifted people in our school district, but the talent doesn't just end with the musical program. Kaylee Gallagher caught up with a freshman dancer who was on her way to taking her talent to the pre-professional level.
Alaina Simmons is a freshman here at Hempfield High School. I used to teach her in classes, and then I had the opportunity of working with Alaina on a talent show choreography last year, and I realized how much she was progressing in dance in many different forms. I think what makes Alaina a good dancer is that she's versatile in many styles.
Emily, come up stage here, top platform.
I started with ballet and tap, but of course when you're 3 it's all like recreational, and I've gotten more serious like the past 4 years.
6 and 7 and 8.
In addition to advancing in her dance technique, Alaina is on a pre-professional dance schedule.
Pre-professional dancer is someone who goes and takes professional class along with their daily schedule with the intent of becoming a professional dancer. I see a lot of potential in her to grow to be that professional dancer that she dreams to be.
Some dancers like me and others who are in a pre-professional state of mind, we're focused on furthering our technical abilities in order to possibly pursue a professional career in dance. It gives me something to work towards. You have to work so hard at it to achieve like a good performance.
Some of Alaina's dance classmates agree that she has the traits necessary to become a professional dancer.
I actually just met Alaina last year. She started coming to my dance studio. She's really flexible. She's like a little rubber band.
Her legs are like hyperextended, which is perfect for dance.
She's always super nice and friendly and positive.
It is clear that Alaina Simmons will turn out to be a great dancer and leap into a successful dancing career. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Kaylee Gallagher.
MJ Alfonso hiked over to Roarstown Elementary School to see how their new fitness trail will be a great asset to the school all year round.
A new addition to Roarstown Elementary School is the Fitness Trail, which gives community members and students a chance to stretch their fitness goals.
The kids are real excited about it. Parents have sent me emails saying that they're excited and can't wait to use it. I wrote a grant to the Hempfield Foundation back in the fall, and they approved the grant, so we received money to begin the project. I spoke with the PTO, and they agreed to do a Roarstown Run fundraiser. Our faculty here at Roarstown also, we did a silent auction and a dress down, which also made up for the rest of the money we needed. So the concept is begin at the introductory station, and it talks to you about how to go through the fitness trail, and then you run along the path, stop at each station, read the sign, and then perform the desired activity, and then move on to the next station and perform the next activity. It has all components of fitness. I just hope that we get off the couch and get out and get fit.
Some students share their opinion on the new trail.
I think it's cool because kids, if they just don't have anything to do at recess, they can just walk up and just exercise. I mean, you could also just run around and play, but I think it would be really fun to just do it on some equipment. I would use it. I think it's a really good idea.
I would like the track because I really like running and the pull-ups. I got really excited because I thought it would look really cool.
Thanks to Mrs. Hagopian and others on the Roarstown staff, the fitness trail will be a great fit into our community. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm MJ Alfonso.
Staying physically fit is important, especially if you're training for a big event like the Olympics this summer. Liz drove home a great story on the U.S. women's field hockey team and how they're preparing for the 2016 games in Rio.
The U.S. women's field hockey team has been training hard to reach the Olympics, but they still have a long road to Rio.
So we spent the last this group 4 years preparing for this 2 weeks in August, so it's normalised in some respect, but of course as you get closer it becomes this more apparent on the horizon, so yeah, the anxiety levels go up and the pressure increases a little bit for the players because they're all wanting to get selected and join the team.
So we currently have a squad of 24, and then from those 24 we'll only take 16 to play and then 2 alternates, which is probably the hardest position you could get selected for.
Way to make up for that toss.
Any one of us can be in that position, so we're striving to be on the other end.
From an athlete's perspective, selection is kind of daunting. So really my main focus as an athlete is just to control everything I can possibly control, to show up every day and work hard to be the best possible player I can be.
Ultimately, it's about being able to step out under the greatest of pressure and deliver your best game, and there's a huge amount of mental resilience and skill required to be able to do that on the biggest stage.
Training for the Olympic team requires dedication both on and off the field.
What goes into basically to go into the Olympics is obviously a tremendous amount of hard work, which a lot of people don't see. They see kind of the glamorous part of it, but what they don't see is the day-to-day grind of what it actually takes and the levels and the places you push yourself to go to actually be in the best possible shape when you get there.
It takes a lot of work. I mean, to come here day in and day out, and there's definitely days where you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't want to go to practice because you're achy or you're tired. But you get up anyways, and it's those little moments that kind of stand out.
Their training isn't the only obstacle that the players face on their road to Rio. They also have to fundraise in order to bring necessary alternates and staff members to the 2016 Olympic Games.
The campaign consists of Pave the Way, so it's our road to Rio, it's our journey to Rio, and we have a road in the locker room.
So every time the players come in and out of the locker room, they go to training, they come back from training, they get this visual representation of support from the local community.
Those little messages mean a lot. You know, it's hard to walk out there every day and put on your positive attitude, but just seeing a little message on the way is what we're here for, really.
For more information on the women's field hockey team or to support their Pave the Way fundraiser, visit www.usafieldhockey.org. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Liz Beerley.
Many people like myself find it extremely difficult to get excited about tests. However, a pep rally at Landisville Primary Center is getting third graders pumped up to embark on their first PSSA. Zach Lehman has the story.
The PSSAs are a standardized test that most Pennsylvania students take. But one school in Hempfield found a way to make the experience a better one. Mr. Resch, the person behind the idea, is Landisville Primary Center's guidance counselor.
The pep rally was something that we've been doing in our school for 6 years now, and it's just kind of the kickoff event to our third grade students taking the PSSAs for the very first time.
The third graders answer practice PSSA questions, and they also have fun intermission breaks.
It allows us to kind of take a step back and let them know that they're very intelligent. They worked really hard up to this point. Our teachers are doing a great job of teaching them the material they need to know to be successful, not only in school, but on this one particular assessment.
There are many exciting people that came to the pep rally.
D, and the answer is D.
There's some mascots that come. This year, Silo from the Lancaster Barnstormers came. He's been kind of a staple to that event for the past 6 years, but this year we added an addition of having Coco from the Hershey Bears come as well, and just really was a great surprise, not only for the students, but the staff. It's kind of like my little surprise to them because they've been doing it for a couple of years now, throwing in their little extra bonus piece on there.
The students believe that the event helped them.
To get us to focus on what we're doing.
So we're not stressed out and we're focused on our paper.
Because it helps you to, they tell you not to give up and do your best.
The pep rally helped the staff and students to clean their mind for the PSSAs in March. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Zach Lehman.
This year, Hempfield's indoor percussion team traveled to Dayton, Ohio to compete in the Winter Guard International Championship. Mark Perry ventured with the teams and tuned in to see how they drummed up some points.
What could give some a headache has united one group of students for a successful season, concluding here at WGI World Finals in Dayton, Ohio.
Indoor percussion is basically a drum line like you see out in a football field, but it's inside. There's a front ensemble with the mallet instruments that have pitched notes, and then there's the drum line with the 3 different kinds of drums and the cymbals.
This is Hempfield High School's first time coming out to Dayton, Ohio for the World Championships.
Representation from 5 different countries here this year, and almost every state in the United States.
I remember watching these groups and watching their videos and seeing how they performed and always thinking that I wanted to be like them.
To say like you're ranked among the top percussion groups in the entire world is just a fantastic honor. You know you had a good show when you don't remember anything. When I was out there, I honestly can't remember my show because I was really in the moment and really just trying my hardest out there.
It's definitely a good way to end out my senior year and my time at this program because we started the lowest and now we've grown into this program that's going into World Championships.
When I teach students, I want them to understand that yes, the percussion aspect of things are important, but the hard work and the life lessons that they learn in the activity are far more important than what happens when they're playing or drumming.
Hempfield Indoor Percussion had an outstanding premier appearance at WGI World Finals. They had a good performance in prelims, which allowed them to roll into semifinals as a wild card. In semifinals, they had an exceptional performance to conclude their season. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Mark Perry.
Michaela Quinn spoke with a Hempfield alum who was a local artist in Lancaster City.
If you've ever been to Lancaster throughout the summer months, you may have noticed the pianos throughout the city. But what's the real reason as to why they're there? Every year, a new piano gets painted. One of the artists is even a graduate from Hempfield.
After graduation from Hempfield, I went to Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. I studied illustration, and after I graduated from there, I worked for a small design studio in Mechanicsburg, and I learned a lot of computer programs. And then I decided to move to Portland, Oregon, and I moved there in 2007 for 4 years. And that's where I started doing work for Adidas and Nike and Subway and Foot Locker.
Using everything he learned, John then created his own business.
All the experience that I got from that, I brought back to Lancaster, and then I started Wonderhead in 2008 or 9. And it wasn't really under the name Wonderhead, but it was just my own business. And then I just continued working as Wonderhead throughout living in Oregon, and then when I came back here.
A local artist explains the foundation that keeps the piano project going.
Music for Everyone is a local nonprofit that our sole purpose and mission is taking all the grants and donations that we get throughout the year as a nonprofit organization. We turn around and dump that right back into the community and local schools to help keep music education and programming in our schools, because music and art are usually the first two that get cut anymore out of the public school systems.
The pianos are a fun and creative way of bringing art and music to the streets. From Hempfield Happenings, I'm Michaela Quinn.
Nothing brings people together quite like a movie screening. Jason Furlong traveled to Landisville Middle School to see what went on at this event from the inside out.
The movie-going experience has changed rapidly throughout the years, with many different streaming services now available. Here at LMS, they are bringing the community together for a cinematic event.
Enjoy the showing of Inside Out. It's not made out of solid gold like we thought, which is kind of disappointing, but still.
This is a community outreach. That was kind of our goal from the beginning. We knew that was one of the goals of our district, was to kind of reach out to our community more. And we were thinking of ways that we could do that, and we kind of came up with a movie night. Tonight we're seeing Inside Out. I love the movie. I think it's a great movie, and I think it's an appropriate movie for family.
So pretty much we're having a movie night for the Schreiber Pediatrics. I help with like preparing snacks, making popcorn. We had a whole entire spirit week on each of the characters in the movie.
We had each day of the week a different theme and different mood. Monday was so sad they couldn't get out of their PJs day. Tuesday was EW Mixed Match Day, so that was discussed. They just had a different theme throughout the week. So yeah, the kids were really into it.
I think it's a really successful start. We've actually raised a lot of money so far. Everyone can get together, have some fun, watch a movie, eat snacks, and just have a good time with everyone.
I think it's a great way for kids to be around kids that maybe they don't hang out with all the time. They're coming together for the same reasons. This is a nice way for kids that that aren't interested in the dances to come out and still be a part of our school and a part of our community. And it's a fundraiser, so it's a great reason to come out.
The movie screening earned $280 from all who participated, and LMS plans to do more in the future.
Some of the student council kids even said themselves that they love this and they want to do it again next year.
So whether you're at the theaters, at home, or anywhere in between, watching a movie can prove to be a relaxing and rewarding experience. For Field Happenings, I'm Jason Furlong.
Many people have heard of the name Thursday Club, but few know the purpose behind their weekly meetings. Mark Perry got a glimpse of what this club is all about.
Some students find it challenging to get involved as they make the transition to high school. One club aims at getting these students connected.
The Thursday Club was actually started 9 years ago, and it started out with just for the boys. Since then, it has evolved into a Thursday Club for both boys and girls.
They're not connected with the school. They haven't made those relationships yet with adults or other positive peers in the school. They're at risk of not fulfilling their full potential.
We have multiple teachers who stay every month, and they act as role models for our students. So even if the girls don't necessarily have the teacher for a class, it's just another person for them to reach out to get advice, to seek help, another connection within our school community.
If you don't have friends in the school, you can talk to them about stuff.
Typically we come in, we play dodgeball or basketball, and then most days we have a speaker come in.
The activities that we are involved in can range from anything from a physical activity to an arts and craft activity.
We do a lot of things for the community.
Every spring we do a volunteer day where we go out to a local business that sends food and clothing to more needy people in Africa, and we totally fix the front of their building each year. We mulch it, we trim it, we clean it up. It's a full day of volunteerism.
This year, the Boys and Girls Club had a new opportunity to work together.
My daughter got a job at Dauphin County Children and Youth Services in January, and she ran into a homeless guy that was standing on a gas station corner, and she pulled in and gave him a water bottle that she had in her car. We came up with the idea to maybe approach one of the service groups here at the high school. Maybe they could do a collection and collect donations. So I approached Dr. Becker because she has the girls club, and then I think Dr. Harrington jumped on board with the boys club.
We collected supplies for 2 weeks, and at the end of those 2 weeks, our life skills students actually counted and sorted all of our supplies. And then the Thursday Boys and Girls Club actually made the care packages.
I think if you come up with an idea, no matter how big or how small, you're still going to, if you can at least pass on hope to one person or one small group of people, it kind of has a ripple effect, and so anything big or small that you would like to do is going to be appreciated.
The Thursday Clubs are getting students involved and impacting the community. For Field Happenings, I'm Mark Perry.
The National Art Honor Society is all about using their gifts and talents to give back. Keen Fulton discovers what this club is all about and how they use their gifts to impact the people around them.
Being that this is my second time talking about art and how influential it can be, I'm here to talk about the National Arts Honor Society and how they take giving to a whole nother level and how Rachel Hollenbach takes it even further.
National Art Honor Society is a student organization where we recognize students for their achievement in art, but not only that, we ask students to give back and to experience what it's like to connect with their community by serving others through their talents. Caitlin Smiles is an organization that caught my eye a couple years ago, probably 5 to be exact, and it just seemed like an organization where it was a perfect fit for what we do with students in the art department, asking them with National Art Honor Society. So what better way to connect with the community through an organization who tries to get art supplies to kids who need it to help their healing. So Caitlin Smiles they will pack bags of craft supplies to be taken to hospitals and for kiddos who are in for longer periods of stay to make their stay a little bit more bearable. I hear from students as they're packing the bags. I think the realization kind of sets in what they're doing. It's fun to go shopping and buy all the goodies that go into these bags, but as we're packing them, they realize the impact of what they're doing.
Throughout my life, I've been in and out of the hospital for various types of skin cancer and other skin stuff. Like during my 16th birthday, I was in the hospital for chronic idiopathic urticaria. It's hard to say. So I got a bag of like colored pencils and like paints and like all that stuff. When I found out that we had a chance to actually go get supplies for Caitlin Smiles bags and put them together and make them for the community, like to give back, I got really excited about that. So I just think that's a really cool experience that they were able to help me and now I can help them.
Yeah, I think this year was really special because when I told the club that we were going to be organizing this bag packing event and delivering them, this was the first time since I've run the club that a student has come up and said, I received a bag, and she was really touched, and I could tell that it had been an important part of her recovery as a young child when she had the bag in the hospital, so she was really excited to be on this side and be able to give back.
So the National Art Honor Society give art supplies to people in the hospitals. And since Rachel Hollenbach happened to be someone who was donated that, happened to be the donor in the long run. For Hempfield Happenings, this is Keen Fulton.
That's all for this month's episode of Hempfield Happenings. Thanks for tuning in with us, and don't forget to enjoy the beautiful spring weather. Make sure you guys all come out to our That's a Wrap Film Festival, which is May 19th. And if you're watching this and it's past May 19th, don't forget to come next year. Here's Jack Rule with more information.
Okay. Have you ever wanted to make a movie and win money for it? Well, students here at Hempfield High School have that opportunity.
That's a Wrap is our annual film festival that we hold so that students who aren't necessarily in the ComTech programs and classes still have an opportunity to exhibit their work. That's a Wrap is a great way for you to see lots of different films from different types of filmmakers. There's usually some sports action videos, some drama things, some historical things. So we don't really know what's going to be yet, but it's a great variety of films that have been made by fellow students.
You're really gonna waste all those Doritos?
That's a Wrap is Video Production Club's film festival that we do every year. It's just fun. It's like going to see the musical or dance theater, support your fellow classmates. It's open to everyone, and people that have graduated from Hempfield but still want to come back and watch, we definitely welcome them.
So whether you know someone in ComTech or just a fan of short films, make sure to go to That's a Wrap on May 19th at 7 p.m. in the Hackman Auditorium. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Jack Rule.